Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 8 of my Halo 3 playthrough series on the Xbox 360. And this episode, we're going to be playing through the mission in Cortana. This is probably my not only least favorite mission in this game, but probably my least favorite mission in all of Halo. I just personally don't find it very fun. It's not that bad once you've played through it a bunch of times. But I remember my first time playing through this mission on Legendary just being an absolute nightmare. So one thing that you learn from playing through it a bunch of times on Legendary though is the strategies, which routes to take, which way is best, when to skip, when not to skip, and what weapons work against what enemies. A lot of people, or at least I would, I've heard people compare this mission to the library from Halo 1, and I would maybe compare it to that, being that it's a flood mission like that. I mean, Halo 2 had flood missions too, but this one's pretty difficult. And the thing about the difference between this one and the library is that the library, you had the Halo 1 shotgun and the Halo 1 pistol. So it's like once you kind of got a groove going, you can just destroy the flood in the library. And there's a lot of big open spaces and a lot of room. This mission, there's a lot of tight spaces, and they throw a ton of flood at you. And in this game, you have the pure forms, which are the spider-like flood creatures that turn into turrets and will just shoot you from across the room and take you out. So, and they're really hard to kill unless you're using the right gun. So, we'll go ahead and jump into it and talk about which guns to use on those enemies and what the best strategies are, and of course, show the skull locations and terminal location in this mission. So, let's go ahead and jump into it. This mission really isn't that long either. Uh, if you once you kind of get, and we'll go over that, but once you kind of get the strategy as far as getting through it and using the abilities and power ups and stuff that are available to you in the mission, then you can kind of speedrunners. I think the world record for this is like 6 minutes, a little over 6 minutes. So they found all kind of tricks. We're not gonna be doing all the tricks that they do, but that it's not that long of a mission once you kind of get a wrangle on how it plays out.
Chief, I'll round up our survivors, fall back to the dawn. Arbiter will do the same with the elites. Cortana's in there somewhere.
So right off the bat, there's going to be a ton of infection forms, and they'll kind of run away from you. So you can just kind of head this way. Once they bunch up, if you want to kind of take them out to thin the numbers, because especially on Legendary, they can definitely kill you if too many of them hit you. Now when you come around this corner, you can either go straight, which is the way you're supposed to go, or if you come up this right path, there's going to be some dead elites up here, and there's a sword. We want to pick up that sword. You want to get a sword and a plasma rifle. So use the sword to take out these guys. Use the B button instead of doing the lunge, just because the lunge will... Sometimes it'll one-shot these guys, and sometimes, especially the elites, sometimes you gotta really hit them a bunch of times. The brute ones usually can one-shot, and the pure forms, when they turn into the real big guys, they kind of move real slow. The sword will one-shot them easy. Sword will one-shot the pure forms in any form. They have 3 forms. They have the spider form, they have the turret form, and then they have the big guy form, and he'll like spew out infection form. So we'll hit on, it's going to be an opening, a sphincter. There's a bunch of them, they're pretty nasty.
Child of my enemy, why have you come? I offer no forgiveness. A father's sins pass to his son.
And get used to that. There's going to be a lot of messages from the Grave Mine and Cortana planned to this mission. And every time they always pause it. So this area, what you want to do is there's going to be a bubble shield right there. So go ahead, and there's going to be enemies that come from over here. So just drop down here. Oh, and then Cortana. So just pick up this bubble shield, and then there's going to be some guys coming from this way and from the other way. So just throw down the bubble shield, and then let them come into it, and then take them out with your sword. Always be picking up a new sword, because you want to keep the sword pretty much the whole time. And watch out for those guys when they have that glowing orange. That means they have a mauler, and it'll one-shot you if you're close enough. See, that guy has a shotgun, so you really want to be careful. Now, when you come up here, you want to just kind of run by people. So jump up here, pick this up. You know, pick up this global cover. You can come over here to this pelican. You'll want to kind of remember this and its location. There's a shotgun and there's a rocket launcher here if you want it as well, and there's a flamethrower right there. Now, I don't really recommend picking up either of those. I mean, you can if you want, but the rocket only has a couple of shots, and the flamethrower makes you run really slow, and you have to wait for them to burn to death. So what I recommend is just, you want to just basically run past the next group of enemies to get to the next area, because otherwise it'll keep throwing them at you. You'll get bogged down. So just come over here. Not that way. And then pull out your sword. And always look for, like, you know, off ramps and stuff like that to kind of help you. Always avoid these guys.
Of course, you came for her.
Of course.
We exist together now. 2 corpses in 1 grave.
make our way around here.
Collection of lies. That's all I am. Stolen thoughts and memories.
And yet, perhaps a part of her remains.
So yeah, like I said, a lot of the game stopping you for these little speaking cutscenes. So now there's something kind of cool in this room, but you gotta be careful. As soon as you come in here, they're gonna bring up a whole bunch of guys back to life. So be ready with your sword. So, and you can actually get them while they're on the ground. And again, I'm just using the B button. I'm just gonna get these elites over here too.
Here!
Floating guy. He's like that, like 9 times out of 10. I don't know why. So, I wouldn't call it an Easter egg, but you can actually get up there. This is actually for a later part of the mission, but it's not necessary. There's nothing up there, but if you're just the type that likes to explore, then if you still have that deployable shield on you, then you want to throw it, like if you're looking at that corner right there, throw it up there. And then there's 2 more deployable covers in this room, so pick one up, jump on this one, crouch jump up here, and then back up to this corner. You gotta do it just right, or else that'll happen. And then if it's in front of you, you can just pop it and then move over and wait for it to pop back. Like that. And you can jump up and then crouch jump up here. And like I said, there's not really anything up here that you can get. It's just this part, you come through the other direction later in the mission, and it's kind of cool that you can actually, you know, using those deployable covers, you can get up here. So if you're the exploring type, then this might be something you're interested in. And you can actually, this is like I said, later in the game, this part gets blown up, and this is how you get back here, and you can actually knock the walls down. But the doors are sealed, so you can't go that way. So it's just a cool little thing that you can do if you're the exploring type like I am. So we'll go ahead and get back. So you want to go ahead and pick up one of the plasma rifles, if there is one. Yeah. And have 2 of them for this next part. I would always pick up when there's another sword. Like I said, you always want to have 100% on your sword. And then there's another sword right there. So this room, when you come in here, we're going to want to clear all the enemies. So come to your left immediately. Switch to your sword. Or actually. So this is what I was talking about. See, those guys are normally really hard. If you shoot them with like human weapons or just about anything else, it takes so long to kill them. But you shoot them with plasma rifle, it doesn't take as much. See how quickly he died? And it works at range too. See? Dead. 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 So normally those guys are pretty hard to kill, but with those dual plasma rifles you can really take them out. And it works across the map. So kind of lure those guys and then pull out your sword. See, there's a guy over there. Be careful, you don't want to die, but so just be kind of cognizant of your health. But if you kind of feather the trigger like that, then you'll get more accurate shots and you can kill him. See, he just fell. And there's gonna be another one back there. And see, when you start shooting them, they kind of cover up, and you can just kind of pelt them. I don't even know if I'm still hitting him. Saw that one. Yeah. He died. See, and he just turned into one. That's why I was talking about those big guys. They can be, you know, there are 3 different forms. So see, he's trying to get back here and get this good vantage point. Now he's dead. So we'll take out these guys with the sword. And this is also where the first skull is. Now technically,
There is no rest.
frame rate. Oh, Xbox struggling. Oh, I saw oh, there it goes. I knew I saw another one. Now I saw another one of those pure forms. Trying to figure out where he went. I don't see him on the
Can I
radar.
speak with you, please?
And that's also the soul.
What's your name?
You hear Cortana talking. That's the terminal in this mission. It's not a terminal like the other
nice
ones.
to meet you.
Now the skull in this area.
You like games. So do I.
The skull in this area is technically the only skull on paper, but there is another skull. But we'll talk about that later. We'll show you how to get this skull right now. So this is where we came into the room. This is where we were kind of hiding behind. So this is the center part. So if you look over there, we want to jump to that platform. So we're going to jump on here. Oh, of course. See, I was talking about how the sword one-shots those big guys because he's a pure form. So if we jump here, we want to jump all the way on top. And then crouch jump up here. And then over here. Now this jump's tricky because when you try to jump, this thing hits you. So you want to get as close to the edge as possible. And then jump up here. And don't do that. So, do it again. Jump here. Crouch jump. Jump up here. Oh. Jump up here. Oh. Jump up here. There we go. Oh yeah, there's another one of those guys. And then go as close to the edge. Jump up here. And then again, be careful. And then you can just kind of jump like this. And then we'll pick up the skull. Pop the achievement. for the tilt skull. Then we'll drop down. So if we go down here to the underside, there's more. You'll see there's more of these cloaking devices. There's also a brute hammer down here and some other stuff.
There.
Deployable
wrapped in
shields.
its shroud.
And then you'll see this terminal. It looked like one of those terminals from Halo 2 that Cortana would appear on. So if you hold down the button.
It was the coin's fault. I wanted to make you strong, keep you safe. I'm sorry, I can't.
It'll trigger that little Cortana message where she talks about it being the coin's fault. It was the coin's fault. I'm assuming she's talking about the coin from the Fall of Reach book, where Dr. Halsey, when she first meets John, she has him flip a coin multiple times to see if he can guess if it's going to land on heads or tails, which he does successfully every time. So what we're going to do on this next area is, and I will say before we pop in here too far, when you come in here, if you go down this hallway down there to the right,
I'm just my mother's shadow.
I'll go ahead and show you.
Don't look at me. Don't listen.
There's a flamethrower down here. Again, I don't recommend it, but if you want to use it, then go for it. So what we're going to do, this part, we're going to make it as far as we can without dying before we activate our cloak. Which wasn't very far. Normally I'd make it farther than that, because you want to make it past all these guys. But there's a bunch of guys and right through here. So we still made it, but
Time has taught me patience, but basking in new freedom, I will know all that I possess!
seems angry. Yeah, we still made it, but you want to get as far into that area as you can before pop, because then you can make it all the way to here while still invisible. So now this area, right when you come to the door, you want to use the sword, because there's going to be a bunch of pure forms in the spider form, and you want to just take out as many of them as you can, just swiping at them like that. They're all kind of around. Oh, where's he at? Oh, there he is. So always try to take out, like, just kind of hang out here and take out as many of those guys as I can. Just because it'll be helpful later. Oh. So now, what I like to do is just jump up here, and then jump up here, and then make your way around here. Take as many of these guys out as possible. And you see I picked up a cloaking. So again, cloak's gonna come in handy. And there's 2 of them there. So if you use it, if you're scared you're gonna die and you use it, you can still pick it up later. So again, I'm just like the other area. I'm gonna go as far as I can without dying before, and then I'm gonna pop it. Now when you come around here, you can actually jump here and then jump here. And then when you get here, if you're getting hit, pick that up and just pop it. And it'll save you. But you want to go ahead and pick up this.
I have walked the edge of the abyss. I have seen your future and I have learned.
Submit! End her torment and my own!
Cortana's getting on Gravemind's nerves. Alright, so this next area is kind of like a big round room. They want you to go through the middle. But what you can do is come through here. So we picked up that deployable cover. We're gonna go back down here. Now I've heard people say that they can get up by going up the pillars, but I guess not very good at that. So this is the way I do it. So I just pick up, jump, do that. And then crouch jump up here. So now we're on top of this area. So, from what I understand, this is a second Iron Skull. So it's not a unique skull, it's just a duplicate Iron Skull. So I guess if you miss the Iron Skull in another part of the game, you can get it here. But as you can see, it doesn't pop an achievement or anything. It's just an extra skull. Now, there is a little kind of Easter egg where if you take this skull with you all the way to the end of the mission, then you'll start the next mission with a Spartan laser. So we'll try to do that. You don't have to hold it the entire time. You can drop it and pick it back up, but so you want to come all the way around to here. So you see that bridge, that's the main bridge where they want you to come across. So there's another one right here below. Actually, it's a little past. So we'll come through this door.
There will be no more sadness, no more anger, no more envy.
You will show me what she hides, or I shall feast upon your bones!
This is UNSC AI serial number CTN 0452-9. I am a monument to all your sins.
So there's Cortana. Break her out of prison.
You found me. But so much of me is wrong. Out of place. You might be too late.
You know me. When I make a promise.
You keep it. I do know how to pick 'em.
Lucky me. Do you still have it?
The activation index from the first Halo ring. A little souvenir I hung on to, just in case. Got an escape plan?
Thought I'd try shooting my way out. Mix things up a little.
Just keep your head down. There's 2 of us in here now, remember?
Well, we got Cortana back. So we'll see if we can make it back to the end of the mission
Chief,
with the
get
skull.
me out of this place.
Yeah,
I don't want to stay.
she don't want to be here.
At last I see! Her secret is revealed!
He's not happy. So what I do on this part, and like I said, the skull thing is completely optional. If you don't care about having a Spartan laser at the beginning of the next mission, then don't even worry about this. But if you think it's something cool you want to try just to do and make it happen, then what I usually do is try to drop the skull somewhere where I'll remember and where it won't get blasted away. So in this case, I'll drop it right outside the door and then come over here, fight these guys.
We need to buy some time. This reactor, start a chain reaction.
Pick up one of these
Destroy High Charity.
Guys are coming at me. Did he knock the thing over on the other cloak? No, it's right there. Okay. I was about to say. Oh my goodness, they're destroying me with those turrets. Those things are so annoying. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop my cloak so I can get in here and activate this. Pull out my grenade launcher, and as soon as you see the blue icon like that, that's when you shoot. Only takes one shot for the brute shot. Go back over here. If you want to do the skull thing again. Our skull's still sitting there.
You heard it, Chief. But not for long.
And then we'll pick up that other cloak.
Destroy the flood once and for all.
And then as before, I didn't mean to do that. So like in other parts of the mission, we'll try to make it, we picked up that second cloak, we're going to try to make it as far as we can without popping it. So a lot of running, a lot of jumping. So we'll go ahead and pop it. And we're going to go straight down this hallway.
An explosion just made us an exit. I'll mark it in your HUD. Get moving.
So this part, you want to go take as many alternate routes. Crouch jump up here. Crouch jump over here. Watch out for the exploder guys. And you want to go to this right path right here. And then just keep pushing. And then when you get up here, drop your skull. Like I said, remember, always remember where you drop it. I'm gonna drop it right here in the middle. Now there's gonna be more guys, so you want to be careful when that door opens. So you can kind of run by them just by doing a lot of jumping like that. But if you need to, sit back and just shoot at them with the brute shot, or wait and take them out one at a time with the sword. Now this is that area that we went to earlier that we kind of snuck into using the deployable covers that we couldn't get. We got into the hallway by knocking the door down, but we couldn't get into the through the door. That's why that area is there, because it's an escape route on your way out when the place is about to blow. So we'll see our deployable covers that we use to get up here in just a second, or not. I guess they despawn. So just follow this way. Kind of stay behind those guys. That way they don't see you. Just keep on running. Yeah, this guy here
I've
kind
got
of
a
blocked the
friendly
door.
contact. Who would be crazy enough to come in here?
I wonder who. Oh, get off. Oh, look, it's the Arbiter. Oh, Arbiter. Always screaming. Oh. And that's it. You go to this pelican right here. So
What else did you do while I was gone?
go ahead and say this is the end of the mission. So not too bad. But like I said, a lot of it you're just running by guys. So, but that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and end it and let the cutscene play. And you made it this far, I appreciate it. If you liked the video, toss me a like, I appreciate it. And if you want to see more, hit that sub button, I appreciate that. See you in the next one.